Do you like playing concerts?
Do you like traveling and meeting new people?
Do you like making money while doing what you love?
Of course, then touring is for you.
A tour is when an artist or a group of artists play a series of live shows across a planned route.
This could be across multiple cities, countries, or for bigger acts across the globe.
And today we're going to guide you through how to organize a tour for your project and to make sure you don't go bankrupt while doing it.
This is a vlog, Do You Speak Music, about management and marketing in music, where we, Ira
And Nastya,
talk about different parts of life of musicians and music managers.
our goal is to make your music life eventful and exciting and to bring you from where you are to where you want to be.
So, what are the key benefits of doing a tour?
The first one is resilience. Playing live is a great way to learn and grow as a musician. It's also a good test. You can see whether you're cut out for the road or not.
Next benefit, networking. Anything can happen on tour. You will meet lots of other artists and hopefully a few influential people on the way.
Next, opportunity. Once you explore your local music market, it's time to go out there. You'll probably find there is a lot of opportunity and even more new fans waiting to discover you.
And the last but not the least, it's a lot of fun. Remember why you are doing this in the first place. Whether it's love of music, bonding with fellow bandmates and artists, or the places you will discover, you will have a great time on tour.
So now we've seen how many benefits it's got. How do we go about planning a tour?
A lot of time and effort goes into organizing a music tour. You will need to start planning months in advance, if not more, in order to have a successful tour.
We've prepared some tips for you on how to plan a DIY music tour.
By the way, DIY stands for Do It Yourself. It means that instead of hiring a professional to do a particular task, you are choosing to do the task yourself, with no direct help from an expert.
In which areas do you use this approach, Nastya?
There are many things I do myself. For example, booking, communication with the festivals and venues, managers, or design for social media, and I usually delegate merch and releases design, mix and master of songs, and many other things to experts. And you?
As an independent artist, we have to do most of things ourselves. I also delegate merch design and video editing to experts, and the rest I do myself for now.
And write us in comments what you are doing yourself and where you involve other professionals.
Depending on whether you have a large following and financial backing, a larger tour crew can consist of a tour manager, a booking agent, sound technicians, videographers, production managers, and much more.
However, you can start just from having a tour manager and a booking agent, or even plan a tour yourself if you like organizing, planning, and networking.
Interesting fact. A tour manager takes care of booking all the accommodation, transport, equipment, and crew involved with the tour, but doesn't book concerts.
A booking agent schedules appearances, networking events, and performances for musicians.
So, let's say we've decided to plan our first tour on our own. What are the steps?
The first step is building a tour map. It's recommended to analyze the data provided by Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music Analytics to see where you have got the biggest following, apart from your hometown. Is it Warsaw, Poland, or maybe Berlin in Germany?
Yeah. This will help you plan performances in the cities where you already have a following. However, be ready to perform in front of a small crowd at your first gig in a new town.
Try approaching local bands that play in your genre and ask them if you could warm up for them. Ideally, the artist's style should be similar to your own. You are more likely to gain new fans in the audience that way.
And you don't have to do promotion, as the main act, the headliner, will do the promotion for the concert. Plus, you get listeners that already like your genre. That's a big advantage.
Also, check out tools available for touring musicians, such as Banding app, for example.
Interesting fact. Banding is a matchmaking app for bands and DJs. Real-life concerts and promotional opportunities offered by bands to share their own local audiences and find their new fans in exchange.
That's basically show swaps. If you are new in Paris, banding helps you to find a band of similar genre and level, and you can ask to perform before them to get access to their audience. And if they come to your city, you offer them to warm up for you. That way you swap the audiences.
Great. And next step, finding venues. Here you can simply Google venues, but more proactive way is to see where other bands of your genre, vibe and level are performing.
In this case, you are not wasting time reaching out to everyone, but you only contacting relevant people. Also, make sure you have all the materials before you reach out to the venue. EPK, press, photos, tag rider.
Totally. By the way, we've got a special episode where we talk in detail about EPK, Electronic Press Kit. Please check the link in description. And in addition, check not only venues, but also performing opportunities, for example, like So Far Sounds. Interesting fact, a music promoter is someone who publicizes and promotes performances. Promoters organize gigs, book bands or artists, and advertise the shows to bring in paying attendees.
Working with a promoter usually does not cost you anything upfront, but they will take a percentage of the ticket sales, which is great because they are invested as much as you are in getting people to come to your show.
Now, let's discuss a bit more human questions like accommodation, food, and unforeseen circumstances.
Definitely, let's start with accommodation. If you are an artist or band that is just starting out, spending all your hard-earned cash on hotel rooms isn't sustainable. So search for good deals.
You can also ask a venue or a promoter to recommend you a place to stay. They might even have an accommodation for performers. Maybe you have friends to stay with, or you can ask other local bands if they would be able to host you.
There are plenty of affordable hostels to consider. However, they are usually noisy and you might not be able to get a good sleep. And it's so important to be able to rest while touring.
That's so true. Also, consider using a website called Couchsurfing, a website created for travelers to share cultures and experiences and also sleep over. But it's important to remember that it's not a free accommodation. So if you imagine you're going to be too tired on a tour to communicate with hosts, it's better to choose a hotel or hostel instead.
The cost of living on the road can add up. Therefore, food budgeting is also incredibly important.
Yeah. Don't expect to live a life of luxury, but more importantly, don't starve yourself. Make sure you can afford at least a drink or two each night. Make the most of hospitality of venues where you are performing.
Be reasonable with your demands, but when you said generally more than happy to provide refreshments. This ensures your comfort and will keep you in good spirit so you can give the show your best.
Nastya, how much did you get for the gig this time?
We have got 3 drinks.
Nice, and we got 5 for the concert.
Wow, feels like you were promoted.
Yeah, indeed. Maybe next time we can even get paid with money. And now about unforeseen circumstances. Try to plan everything, keeping in mind that the bus can get cancelled, there might be traffic jams on the road, the people also can be running late. I remember running across the town to the gig because our bus from Madrid was late once.
Wow, oh yeah, those situations. Well, to ensure that everything runs smoothly and to protect yourself from stress, leave gaps in your timetable to allow unforeseen circumstances. This is 1000%.
Oh, we got to my favorite bit, making money on tour. Aside from having a great time, making money on tour should be a key priority. How do I do this, you may ask?
Yes, I think our viewers are really interested to know more about this. There are many tried and tested methods. The first one is charging venues set fees.
Ideally, you will be able to have a set fee which you will charge per show. This should be set with all the expenses in mind. However, some venues only pay a percentage from the ticket sales.
In this case, try arranging the shows with set fees first to make sure that you at least cover all the expenses for the tour, and then for the rest of the shows you can decide to risk and agree to a ticket sales deal.
For example, you've calculated the expenses of your tour and it is 1,000 euros. Say you perform in 8 cities. In case if 4 of these cities agree to a set fee of 250 euros, you've already covered all your expenses, and you can risk and agree to ticket sales in the rest of the cities.
Or if you are booked for a festival that pays well and the fee covers most of your expenses, the other gigs you plan around will be just extra icing on the cake. For a first tour, it's pretty good if you manage not to go into negative balance, and it will also keep your band's morale high.
100%. Or, if you don't manage to get a set fee deal, ticket sales are not that bad. The bad thing about it is that you cannot predict the figures. There are so many factors that might influence your earnings.
That's why it's best to find a promoter who will know the local music market and will help you to promote your event, as he or she is getting a cut from your sales for the services provided.
If you're working with a promoter, they will help you by putting posters up, inviting locals to the Facebook event, and connecting you with the local press. If you're not working with a promoter, you will have to be a little more creative.
Yeah, running social media ads is another option to promote your show. Although we have had mixed success with this approach, feel free to try it and see if it works for you.
Choose an eye-catching image. Maybe a photo of you that shows off your style and personality, captioned with all the show's information, and a link to buy tickets. And play around with targeting. It's another huge topic you should research.
Also create events on Facebook for each concert and ask a venue and whatever else business page supports you to join as a co-host. The event will be shown to more local people in that case.
Make sure you also update or create your band in town and song kick pages with all your tour dates.
These sites are great because your fans can follow you and get notified when you are playing a show in their area.
That's a good point. Now, let's talk about merch.
Oh yeah, merch!
Freebies! Selling merch is a great way to subsidize your income on tour.
As you consider what kinds of merch to produce, I would make sure you have things for sale at several different price points. For example, you can sell cards for €2, poster for €10, and t-shirts and bags for €20 to €25.
If you have items at several different price points, you are ensuring that everyone who wants to support you can, even if they don't have a lot of money. Don't make too much merch though, as you will need to carry it around and sell it.
As you consider the designs for your merch, think about what people who don't know you or your music very well might still like to buy.
Yeah, if you are a new artist, people are not very likely to buy a t-shirt with your name on it. But they are likely to buy a t-shirt with a nice design or a slogan they can relate to.
For example, we were thinking about merch for our music project and decided to make it very easy. Just write "I love Bandura" and create a warm design. It's also a good idea to have stickers at your merch table, but I give them always for free.
Freebies!
Would you like to have my stickers?
Yeah, sure.
Let's swap.
Let's swap.
2 for
A lot of stickers.
Yeah, so we have nice stickers.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. We know you're already overwhelmed, but just one more thing. During the tour, try to make concert pictures and concert footage to post during the tour and keep your fans updated and excited. Try to connect with the local photographers and videographers if you don't have your own on a tour with you.
And also to have fresh materials for your EPK website and regular updates on social media after you come back from the tour. This will keep your fan base engaged and eager to know what's happening next.
Organizing a DIY, do-it-yourself tour can be really time-consuming, but can also be extremely rewarding and fun if you plan it strategically.
As long as you're realistic about where you are in your music career and have a good attitude, you can grow your fan base and make new friends all over the world.
Please, let us know in the comment section which tips you have already known and which were absolutely new for you.
And traditionally, like, subscribe and share this video with someone who might benefit from it.
We wish you luck in your planning and touring. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Давай!
Дуже.
Ruin your life.